All right, and go ahead and turn to page 149. I hope this is starting to make sense and it might be even a little bit interesting to you. So let's look at number 3 on page 149. Greg and Matthew worked on a project together. Matthew worked more than Greg did. So they made an agreement that instead of dividing the pay by half, they're going to do it in a ratio of how much each one of them worked. So they agreed to divide the pay of $250 in a ratio of 3 to 5. So 3 parts for Greg, 5 parts for Matthew. Greg didn't do as much work. Matthew did more, he's going to earn more. So let's do another one of these bar models. So we'll do 3 and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know what I'm going to put in here, right? So 3 is how much Greg got. So I'm going to put G for Greg. He gets 3 of these. And then Matthew, M, gets 5. So let's put M's in there. And that's what I'd like to see on your paper as well. And then the total amount is $250, right? So let's go ahead and put this on across the whole thing because they're going to divide this big $250 not equally in this 3 to 5 ratio. So we better wind up with Matthew getting more because that's definitely what our bar model is telling us. So how do we figure out what goes into each of these equal blocks? We take 250 and we divide it by how many blocks we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I take 250 divided by 8. And I already did that. You have to go ahead and put out your decimal place, but you can do that, and you get $31.25. $31.25 goes in each one of these. So $31.25, and I'll just do a few of these. $31.25. Okay, so now if we know how much goes into each one of those, it says how much each boy should get. Well, Greg gets 3 of these $31.25. So it's $31.25 times 3. I did not figure that out. That's what you're going to have to do. And then Matthew, he gets 5 times $31.25 because he has 5 of those blocks and they each have $31.25. So you're going to do $31.25 times 5 for Matthew and times 3 for Greg. And then both of those numbers are going to add up to 250. There may be a little bit of a rounding error, but not very much. All right, so I hope that makes sense. Now we're talking about Ann and Shelley, and they also worked on a project. So number 4, they decided to divide their pay in a ratio of 2 to 5. 2 parts for Ann, I'm going to write that down, and then 5 parts for Shelley. All right? Ann received $80. Now we're going to figure this out. So it's not $80 total, it's how much Ann got. So let's see how this one's going to be a little bit different, but still not bad. So I have 2 parts for Ann. I'm going to put her little A's here. And 5 for Shelley. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put S's for Shelley. All right. Where does the $80 go? Think. Think if you know. So Ann received $80. Where does that go? Only in the A's. Here, these, this group right here is $80. And I have 2 groups. So 2 times one number equals 80. And that'll tell me what goes in these blocks. Well, 2 times 40. So if there's 40 in here, Ann got $80 total, that makes sense, then this continues on. 40, 40, 40, 40. It says, how much did Shelley get? Well, you take your 40 and you multiply it by what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 40 times 5 is going to be 200, right? Hopefully that's right. So Shelley earns $200, that's part A. And B, how much is the total pay? Well, you just add 200 plus 80. So the total pay is $280. All right, we got that one done. Now let's go to the next one. We have another triple ratio, so that's going to be good. And we have marbles. in a ratio of 1 to 3 to 5. So what she's saying here is it has it in white and clear and colored. So in that order is this order, okay? So that's how we know which one goes where. So the ratio of 1, what's the 1 is the white. So we'll put that as a W. The next one has 3 parts, and that would be clear or translucent. So I just put clear, C, because it's easier. Oh, and colored is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put CM, colored marbles. Colored marbles. If I had time, I'd make pretty pictures of colored marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have the ratio of 1 to 3 to 5, white, clear, and colored marbles. And it says if there are 75 of these guys, if there's 75 colored marbles, that's the important one. I was like, what do you mean 75 marbles total? And then how many total are there? No, there's 75 colored marbles. That was this guy. So that means that my 75 doesn't go through the whole thing. It only goes to the colored marbles. How do I figure out what goes in each of these blocks? Well, I have 5 of these blocks, and I know that each of them are equal. So I take 75 divided by 5. 75 divided by 5 is going to give me 15. So in each of these blocks, I get 15, and that is the same it continues on over here. So now you can figure out how many white marbles there were, which would be 15, because there's only one little guy over here. And how many are clear would be 15 times 3. So that'd be 45. All right, stay tuned for number 6 and 7.